Hello and welcome to ServanTek's online tutorials. My name is Kristen Hiller and today we're going to be taking a look at how to navigate the article manager on the back end of your website. So there are a couple ways that we can arrive at the article manager. One of them is to scroll over to the content menu item on the back end of your site, and under content the first menu item that you're going to see in the drop down is the article manager. You can click this, or you can simply click on the icon on the control panel, which is the second one in from the left that also says Article Manager. When you arrive in the Article Manager, you'll see that this is a list of all of the articles currently on your website, whether they're published, not published, categorized, not categorized. Every article that you've created for your website will appear here unless you've put it in the trash. You'll see on our site we have the display set to 20, so we could potentially see up to 20 articles on this first page before it creates additional pages for us to flip through to navigate our article manager. But right now we've got 16 articles, so we can see all of them here. If we ever wanted to filter these articles so that we are only looking at a few so that we can find a more specific article that we're looking for, we could filter these by using these drop downs in the upper right hand corner. You'll notice you can select a section, a category, an author if you have several authors working on your site and you wanted to filter them just by the articles you've created to find a specific article that you're looking for. Or if you know the article is not yet published and you want to filter them by whether or not the article has been published or whether it's been archived, you can also filter them this way. So you'll notice if I were to choose a category, like say ministries, only about half of our articles, or less than half, are categorized in the ministries category. So if I click on ministries here, only those articles that have been categorized in the ministries category will appear here. So this just helps you find an article more quickly if you don't remember the exact name of it, or you don't want to have to scan through pages and pages. If you've got many articles on your website, you can just filter them here. So the main thing we want to look at today is how to create a new article. So anywhere in the back end of Joomla, you'll see these new icons, whether it's a new module, a new article, a new menu item. The new icon is always the green circle with the white plus sign. So if we choose the new item, we'll arrive at our basic text editor for the back end of the site. And this is where we can give the article a title. We can call this one Welcome if we want this to be the welcome page of our website. And you'll always want to select a section. In order to publish an article, it needs to be categorized. Now, that categorization can actually be uncategorized. As long as you select one of these items and it doesn't still say that select section, you'll be fine. But these categories, the sections and categories actually help you to organize the content of your website, and for some menu items it's necessary to designate a category so that certain articles appear on certain pages of your website. So for now I'm going to go with the main section that I've set up, and I'm going to make sure I have chosen the About category, just because that's the area that I want to put this article into. Next we can go ahead and add some content to our article. You can take this content if you've already typed something up in a text editor. It's a good idea to always import text from a text editor that allows you to type in plain text. So I've been using TextEdit on a Mac, which is the basic text editing software that comes with a Mac, and you can cut and paste this as plain text into your article content area. And the next thing we may want to do is add an image. So one way that we can go about doing that is to click on the image button in the bottom left-hand corner of our text editor. And when we click this, we will arrive inside the Stories folder of our Media Manager. So if you've already uploaded images into your Stories folder, you'll see those images available here. Or you can also choose to browse your own system to add an image to an article by clicking the Browse button at the bottom of this window. And let's just grab an image from our system. and say open, you'll notice it doesn't automatically appear until you click the Start Upload button. But once I click Start Upload, I'll then see the image that I uploaded here appear in the Stories folder. So if I select this image, you'll notice there's just a darker border around it when it's selected. You can click Insert, and our image has now appears within our article. Now, we can also specify how we want this image to appear once we've already put it in the article. And we'll do that by selecting the image so that you can see these little white squares around the edge, and choosing the image icon, which is the image that looks like a picture of a tree in the text editor. Here you'll notice we can give the image a description, and we can just fill in the name here, and a title. It's always a good idea to have an image description and an image title because this makes your site more accessible for the impaired. For instance, if a blind person were to come to your website and wanted to know what images they were looking at, they would be able to access that information as long as you have a description and a title on your images. So that's always a good idea. Next, we could set the alignment. If we want this image to be aligned to the right, so it'll show up in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see as you choose different alignments, you'll see a sample of what it will appear like in this window on the right-hand side. So for now, I'm going to go with the right alignment. And if I ever wanted to scale my image down, I could choose, if I wanted to make it smaller, maybe I want it to be a really tiny icon, I could put 30 pixels here, and it will adjust the other edge to match, to constrain the proportions. You can also choose to add some custom styling if you wanted to add some padding around your image. But for now, we'll just click Update, and you'll notice our image got much smaller, and it's over here on the right-hand side. You can also preview what your article will look like by clicking this Preview button. And you'll see we have the content with the image over on the upper right-hand corner. But maybe we want to change the alignment or change the size after we've already made some changes initially. We can go back as long as we select this image so the article manager knows which image we're working with. We can go back and click this image icon again, and you'll notice it carries over the image description and the title that we've already created. This is already established for this image. If we click on the Appearance tab again, maybe we still want or maybe we want to switch the alignment to the left, and maybe we want this to be its original size, make it a little bit bigger. We can update, and you'll see your image appears over here on the left-hand side, and again, you can preview it and see how your image is going to appear on the website. Now you'll notice there's no padding between the edge of the image and the beginning of the content. That's another thing that we can add in that custom styling, as I mentioned. So if we select, make sure you've always got that image selected that you want to adjust, and click on the image icon again. If we click on Appearance, we can add a simple style that would be padding 5 pixels. And always make sure you've got a colon after the word padding, 5px for pixels, and a semicolon at the end. When you say update, now we've placed a 5 pixel padding around our image, and if we were to preview it now, you'll notice we've got a little bit of a space between the text and the image, which is exactly what we wanted. So once we have this content set, we can click Apply, and that will apply the changes that we've made to the actual website. If this article were already live on the site, by clicking Apply, it will simply apply the changes without exiting out of the article. But if we're finished and we want to go back to the list of articles, we can click Save, and this will save our changes, apply them to the website, and bring us back to the article manager. So that's all for today. Those are the basics of setting up an article and adding an image. If you have any further questions or you'd like to get in touch with us, feel free to do so by contacting us at servanttek.org. And thank you for joining us today.